Okay, today we got a special surprise. Hi, welcome to Amber's Garden Corner. So today we're got a special surprise. We've got a delivery, and in here we have a turkey egg. And let me go ahead. And here are the little babies. These are my turkey eggs. So, now these have been shipped. So what they'll do is they will rest on this counter for until tomorrow. And then they'll go in the incubator. Since they've been shipped, they could have been rattled around, scrambled, cracked. Good. Fortunately, everything looks pretty good so far. But what we'll do is we'll go take a look. In the shipping, they can get rattled around, shaken, cracked, broken, in various states. Also depends on how they're packed as well. But on the top of the egg here, which when you have them rest, you want them with the fat side up. Now on the top of the egg there should be a small egg air cell, and it will be very small and hard to detect. But that air cell will spread like this and down the egg as water dissipates, the chick grows inside. What can happen is that air cell can break all up and turn into little bubbles all in there. So if you go ahead and let them rest for about 24 hours or overnight, just give them a very gentle tip of like this. Just put something underneath it so it holds them just like that. And then in a little bit you can go like this. But basically you want them to rest so that the air cell will gather together and form one great big air bubble in there. And hopefully reattach back into this spot. One of the reasons why it's important to have it in this spot is when the chick hatches inside of it, it puts its little beak in there and it goes into the little air cell. Well, in that air cell, it's when he first takes his first gulp of air. If that air cell isn't in the proper place, it could take in a gulp of egg fluid and drown and die. So it's kind of important to try to get in there. But what we'll do is we will go give this a little peek and see if we can detect any cracks and or if there's any over damage, and if we can see if the air cells might be still damaged. What we're gonna do, good old DIY style, and I couldn't find my other one I had made, but just a paper towel roll, and I get this, it's an Ozark Trail flashlight 250L. You can get these at Walmart for about $19. They have a good spectrum light so that when you're candling you're able to see very well. It's got a good spectrum light, it's high intensity, it's not that expensive, and you're able to candle your eggs. So we'll go okay, and go ahead and place your egg very gently onto the toilet paper roll. Turn the lights out. Ooh, it's dark. When you turn out the light, don't forget where you put the flashlight. Okay. And what you want to check for is possible cracks in the shell, any porous little spots along the shell that'll kind of glow a little bit lighter than the other, which will tell you if, you know, perhaps the chicken might have had a bad dietary needs, might have needed a little calcium or other things. And you want to try to see if you can see any sort of cracks or damage. Now, I generally have not been able to see the eggshell. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay, I'll spare you seeing all the other ones. If I do find one that is bad, I will try to get a picture and let you guys see that. But let's hope. Okay, now we have the eggs resting. We've checked and candled the eggs to make sure that there was no hairline cracks, to check the air cells. And one of the other things you want to do is make sure you have your incubator set up. Now, wherever you're going to keep your incubator, hopefully a nice steady room. I tend to keep mine in the living room, close to the wood stove. That way the humidity is consistent and it's a little bit more steady in this room in general. If you have a brand new incubator, go ahead and read the instructions or anything. If you're not and you're using an old incubator, or you've just made one, or you're reusing it for the next season, one of the things you should do is after you've hatched all your eggs out and you've taken your chicks out and put them in your brooder box, make sure you clean your incubator out, because that way when you do go to reuse it and everything, it's ready to go. You have a little bit less fuss and issues with water on the walls or whatever that'll mess with your humidity, and which can change drastically. Anyways, I recommend either a day to 2 days. Go ahead and plug in your incubator, get it started. That way if you have to need any tweaking, adjusting of the temperature or humidity, you can do that then before the eggs are in there. Because once you have the eggs in there, you want to try to keep it as steady as possible. So I've had my incubator up and running. I'm doing a little adjustment and tweaking, because one of the things I do is just before they hatch, I drop the temperature down just slightly. It helps encourage the hatching. So we'll get back on an update on this in a few days. I will be putting the eggs into the incubator tomorrow, after they've settled and they've had a chance to rest and relax. The air cells have reattached. Although I didn't notice any horrible air cell problems, so hopefully it'll be all good. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this little video. Please like, share, leave a comment, and I hope to hear back from you later. Have an awesome day.